For a second time, US President-elect Donald Trump has been named Time magazine's Person of the Year. James Matthews has more.
We're seeing the transition towards a Trump presidency, how that's shaping up and how the rest of the world is engaging with it. The picture story of the day, of course, was Trump ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. He's been made Time Person of the Year. The magazine chose him as the person who had most influence on the news in 2024. Second time he's won it. There was some serious news behind the celebration. However, in an interview to accompany the award, he said a few things. Foreign policy certainly was addressed. But he gave us an idea of how a second term will look domestically too. Said he was open to rethinking childhood vaccines. He linked vaccines to autism, which isn't, of course, supported by the scientific evidence. He talked immigration. Was asked about large camps that might be needed for people being deported. He said he was open to that. But on foreign policy, remarks that he made today on Ukraine won't necessarily settle nerves in Kyiv. On US-made weapons being fired into Russia, he said this: "I disagree very vehemently with sending missiles hundreds of miles into Russia. Why are we doing that? We're just escalating this war and making it worse. That should not have been allowed to be done." And he went on, now they're doing not only missiles, but they're doing other types of weapons. And I think that's a very big mistake, very big mistake. So strident stuff. He added that he would use American support for Ukraine as leverage in negotiating a settlement with the Russians. He was asked about abandoning Ukraine, and he said, I want to reach an agreement, and the only way you're going to reach an agreement is not to abandon. So I think overall, what we heard was a mixed message rather than a clear definition of Donald Trump's thinking on where he stands vis-à-vis Ukraine. It will worry Kyiv, and as we've heard, it's clearly worrying NATO.